Good morning, guys. I don't want to be too loud. It is Tuesday and it's 6:50 and both of my kids are still asleep. And I slept in until like 6:15 and this never happens. So, it's pretty exciting. Dogs, go away. So, all of this, I'm sorry, up close and personal. Since we got home from our trip Saturday night, the kids have been sleeping really well. I'll try and set you up. Okay, let's see. Sorry, that light's not so good. There we go. The kids have been sleeping amazingly well since I got back. And so our trip was worth it just for that. So I'm gonna put the little bit of footage that I did record from our trip after this, and I might throw in some of the cell phone footage, so I'm sorry if it's like really shitty quality. But the trip was a lot of fun. It started off with some drama. If you go to my Instagram profile, I'm not going to go into all of it here, but there was this really mean gate agent at the airport in Charlotte, and I didn't know that you can't walk like off of the little ramp. Like, I walked out to talk to her because I was going to miss my flight, and then Riker was standing in line with my bags like on that thing, and I was like 10 feet away from him. And I went to go talk to her, and then I went to walk back to him, and she like freaked out. And go read the Instagram post. It was terrible. But I was also really tired and stressed out from the kids, and we were on a terrible flight. The flight, my voice. There was really bad weather that night, and so the flight to Charlotte was super bumpy and like scary, and I get really stressed out. So it was just, flying there was filled with drama. And then Cora was terrible on the second flight. She just cried and cried. And but Riker's super easy. And so what I wanted this video to be about real quick was just a couple of my tips for flying with children, because it's really funny when you are when you're walking through the airport by yourself, like just me and two kids, 4 and almost 2, you get looks from people like, oh God, don't be on my plane. And I have to say that I did get a lot of really sweet comments that were like, a lot of people asked to help carry my stuff or call me super mom and stuff, and so that was really sweet. And so I was very happily surprised by like the shitty experience that I had in Charlotte, and just at the airport in general, the number of people who like just reached out to like just tell me, like they're like, wow, you're doing great, like, oh, super mom over here, like, oh, you've got your hands full, do you need any help, like stuff like that. And so I was very humbly surprised by the number of sweet people. And with the shitty experience that I had in Charlotte, I had 2 different like businessmen come up to me and be like, I've got a 3-hour layover, can I help you, can I please? And I'm dumb and prideful, and so I was like, no, I got it, mostly because I was about to burst into tears and I just wanted to be left alone. So flying, the first time I flew with the kids by myself was Cora's first trip. So it was the first time we flew with 2 children, and by we I mean just me, because Daddy had to stay home. So that flight to Austin was like halfway across the country, so it wasn't so bad, and we flew late at night. So tip number 1, know your children's schedule and book your flights in a way that will work with that. So the first time we flew to Austin, we left at like 7:45 at night. And so my kids usually go to bed about then. Cora usually goes to bed before 7. And so my hope there was that she would sleep for the entire flight. And she did. I kept her in the baby carrier. And it took a little bit of persuasion, because on the first leg of our flight, she was up and happy, and she's really into my hair right now, so she plays with my hair the whole time, but then she just conked out for the rest of it. So my number one tip would be fly at a good time for them, okay? So our flight when we left here to go to Charlotte was, we left at like 5:45, I wanna say. And that, I don't know that I would do again, because it was, I think, too early, and so she was still too excited, and I didn't get enough time to wear her out. And so the flight was kind of shitty, because she was like fighting sleep instead of like being there already. And if I just put her in the carrier when she was already sleepy, she would have just knocked out. She had enough time to like fight it, and so that's what she did all night long. She fought sleep until like 1 o'clock in the morning, East Coast time. Riker, like I said, is the easiest kid in the world, and so he just like played with his iPad and curled up and went to sleep. So again, number one tip, schedule appropriately. Schedule with what will work for your kids. If they're morning people, go with the morning. Our flight back was at 6 o'clock in the morning, and that flight actually went really well. My kids are morning kids. They're happy in the morning. They are not afternoon kids. That like witching hour totally affects us. So I know from here on out that we are either late night flights or early morning flights. That middle of the day just sets me up for trouble. Tip number 2 is bring fun stuff. Now that sounds stupid, because, or not stupid, but like duh, but bring stuff that your kids don't normally do, and bring stuff that your kids always do. Don't try to just use things that like, oh, they haven't played with this in a while. So like Riker, I never let him color in the house, which sounds really terrible, but like it's just a liability for my walls. So we, my sister had bought him a new coloring book and crayons for his birthday, or I bought the crayons. She bought him this really cool coloring book for his birthday, so we brought that, and so both kids got to sit up and color on the plane, and they loved it. Sam, watch out, move your tail. Sam, sit. So that entertained them for a decent amount of time. Go, beat it. Thank you. That entertained both of them for a good amount of time. Like I said, that would be the, like something my kids never get to do, is play with crayons, because I like my walls. So that worked out really well. And then Cora, so Riker gets to play with, he calls it his phone, but his iPad, a lot at the house. Sorry. There we go. Riker plays with his iPad all the time, so that wasn't anything new for him, but that was like the comfort item, so that was normal for him, and so that would be the always item that I would suggest. And so if you have a lot of movies, or if you have, so we have Verizon Fios, and then we use Amazon, and we have Moana through our Verizon account when we bought it on there, and then we had Riker loves Jack Skellington, and so we have Nightmare Before Christmas. I don't like this light. Through that, and so if you go to DisneyMoviesAnywhere.com, you can link all of those accounts, and so we had access to all of those movies on there. But you have to make sure that it is 100% downloaded and try to watch it before you leave, because I put in all of the codes and I thought I had everything ready, but it needed Wi-Fi, and so I got screwed on that first flight. Don't count on the Wi-Fi anymore, because of the like 8 flights that I've taken over the last 2 months with the kids. We've not had Wi-Fi on 3 of those flights. Okay, you're just gonna have bad lighting because you're safer over here. On the way back here, Cora sat up like a big girl, and she was so good. I gave her my phone and I let them use the entertainment through the flight. So it was like, it was on United, so you have to download their app, and then they have stuff on there. And I let Cora sit and hold it, and she never gets to do that. But I read a book, and she sat and held my phone and watched TV like such a good big girl, and she was just being so good. Make sure you bring your own cups, okay? This is another probable like mom duh, but I was screwed. And so thank God on the way home, my mom had accidentally left one of her cups that we used at Disneyland. So I was able to fill that up. The airline only has those little squishy cups that don't have lids. Kids are gonna spill everywhere, and then you're gonna deal with wet kids. And my last tip for parents of kids who are potty trained, put them in a pull-up, because Riker peed on our second flight out to California. I was sitting there and I was dealing with Cora, and she was screaming and she was making me crazy, and Riker was knocked out. And I was like, gosh, I'm so lucky. He's asleep. He's such a good kid. And I was like, you know, the only thing that could ruin this is if he had an accident. He had an accident. I will always fly with him in pull-ups now. I'm not gonna say what airline I was on for that flight. Hopefully they don't like send me a bill. That would suck, because I think I already said it. What are you gonna do? Put your kids in pull-ups. So, you know, the best part too is like we're at that point in parenting right now where he, for a bit, started having more accidents again after being like perfectly potty trained for like 3 months. And if I put him, so we went and bought pull-ups, and he was like, but Mom, I'm not a baby. And I was like, well, dude, I'm sick of cleaning your mattress, because it only happens when he sleeps. And he has been dry for like a long time, and so bribe them with candy. That's my other tip. Animal crackers, best thing ever to have on a plane, because kids can just run through them. And so load your diaper bag up, and of course try to minimize the stuff you have. But I mean, we had a big diaper bag, my purse, and then Riker had a rolling suitcase full of his stuff, which made him feel extra special. But also, when he was sleepy, he didn't want to roll. So, and then we had the stroller. And I would definitely say that if you have kids about the ages of mine, having the carrier and the stroller for in the airport was huge, because I basically wound up using the stroller as like a cart. You know, I just loaded that thing up. So, yeah, this is probably useless, and you're probably like, Christina, none of this is special. But, you know, keep it simple, stupid. It wasn't that bad. I was dreading having to ever travel with my children, and it wasn't terrible. It wasn't fun when Cora was screaming, and it was like 11 o'clock at night on a dark plane, and like I was that lady standing there trying to rock my kid to sleep. But that's when you kind of just have to stand there confidently. And like I had somebody who gave me like a dirty look, and I ran through in my head like everything I wanted to say, because like, you think I'm having fun? You think it's fun to stand there with everyone staring at you, bouncing a crying baby, and there's like nothing you can do about it. So you just gotta be like, yeah, what, you wanna fight? Because nobody does. No one wants to be on TV. So it wasn't so bad. We are pros going to Disneyland on our own, and so doing that with my mom was a breeze, you know, because we did that a lot while I lived there. And the trip was totally worth it. A lot of the times Vic and I, like, we don't like to travel, we don't like to fly, and so we'll be like, it's not worth the hassle. But at this point, the kids had so much fun on both of our trips. It's 100% worth the hassle. It is 100% fun, and I would do it again. So my 2 or 3 very simple tips. I think I only gave 2. Oh, 3 with the pull-up. 1, know your kid's schedule. Know when they're their greatest, know when they suck. And so for my kids, they are their greatest late at night and first thing in the morning. They suck the rest of the day. In terms of sleepiness, my kids don't suck. Second, bring something they love to always have and something they never get to use. For us, they love to watch the movies on the iPad, and they both have their comfort items. For Cora, that's Passy. For Riker, that's Monkey. And they never get to color. So something they could count on, something they never get to do. And then third, put your toddlers in pull-ups. It's worth it. Just do it. That way you don't have to worry about like because they are inevitably going to have to go to the bathroom at the worst possible time, like right before takeoff or right before landing, or like when you've got your hands full and stuff. And not that I'm saying like tell your kid to just pee their pants, because I know that goes against everything. But in the case of like you're not gonna make it in time or whatever, you have one less thing to worry about. Put your kids in pull-ups. So I will add in all of the Disney footage now. It's not very much. Sorry, I was enjoying my kids. I'm back, I promise, to YouTube more often. I'm going to shoot for 3 to 4 videos a week. I'm also gonna try and put stuff on my blog. I know I've already said that, but I don't know if I said it on here. I miss you guys. My little community is growing and I love it. Please, please, someone's walking past my house. Give me some content ideas, and I'll talk to you soon. Can you say hi?
Hi!
Where are we going?
California!
California! Yay!
California! California! California!
Where are we going? Are we gonna go see Minnie Mouse?
Mom!
As you can see, she's very excited.
On the
Cora usually goes to bed about half an hour from now, so
Mama!
cross your fingers as she falls asleep.
On the plane!
Can you relax? Wish me luck.
Cora! Where are we?
Hi friends! We are at
Disneyland!
where?
We're at Disneyland!
We are so excited. We are getting on the tram just now. Here's the cutest little girl you ever did see. I'll try and record some, but I'm not gonna go crazy because I'm fucking Disneyland. So I will keep you guys posted, especially on delicious eats and yeah, and all the cute stuff the kids do. This is my mom. Say hi, friends. Hello. Talk to you guys soon. Here we are. We just got in the park, and we are crazy enough. We bought multiple day passes, so I definitely have to come back this year, so I'm so excited. Riker's got his map, and I think we are headed to Winnie the Pooh because that is baby girl's favorite ride. Come on. Oh, this place makes my heart so full and happy. I'm telling you, I'm like an overgrown 8-year-old. So my favorite little thing at Disneyland. Here you leave today and enter the world of yesterday, tomorrow, and fantasy. You got him? Yay, Main Street. Baby girl is chilling. Ah, this place smells amazing.
Oh, look, there's toys in there!
Yeah.
Can I put a toy in there?
Before we destroy this is what happens when you order food with my mom. That is a grilled cauliflower steak with lime aioli, and tempura fried green beans, pommes frites, pulled pork flatbread, Gaston's brew, which is like mango juice or something.
Yep.
The rose cake, and this is the gray stuff. And what's this restaurant called again? It's like the Rose Tavern or something from Beauty and the Beast. And then Riker, the only healthy one in the bunch, got a power pack with goldfish, apples, a banana, a yogurt smoothie, carrots, and chocolate milk. Yummy?
Yeah.